Recently, I had the urge as an adult to visit a small lake, a small shore town in Canada. I can't share the exact spot because everybody would want to go there, and that would spoil everything. Also, just so you know, nobody thinks I'm odd or crazy or make up stories or anything like that. I'm just an everyday, regular kind of person, and I just wanted you to know that. Well, here is my special story. At first, I thought she was a local girl, enjoying a moment of freedom on this quiet lake shore, something she probably did many times without any interruptions from people. She magically put words in my brain, and it was all in an instant. It was like my brain was a computer, and she just wrote down everything for me in my brain, and then later I could go and read it any time I wanted, whenever I wanted, just like computers. That way, whenever I wanted to, I could find out all about her. That is what she was able to do for me. I knew she didn't want me to take a picture of her, but just to listen and to see what I saw next. Her legs were in the water, and they began to change, I tell you, right before my eyes. You kids will probably think it's morphing, but she was changing her legs into a mermaid tail. There was this next shallow wave that came into shore, very small, but it gently lifted her fully transformed body from the lake's edge there, and she just looked out into the big open waters, and she just easily swam along and then below the surface from my sight. Wow. I just let myself down on the ground. I knelt down on my knees, and then I just sat back on my legs, and I just began thinking what I just saw. Nobody would believe me, but that wasn't important. And I haven't told anybody either until now, so you're one of the first to know what I had an experience with. She and I met. We had a very special moment together, and she was able to put her thoughts into my mind. She was sailing in Kootenay Bay in British Columbia, Canada, with her parents, and she fell overboard in a violent freak storm. It came up very fast. Well, there was this presence that enveloped her, and she felt bodily changes, and she was introduced into her lake folklore family. Now, folklore means that people have seen her over the years, but other people just think they're making up a story. Well, someone else tells that story, and then that person tells that story, until one day they call it a folklore story. People can believe the story or say it didn't happen, but you know what? They always have that curiosity. Did it really? And they always have a lookout for her. Well, today I saw her. I hope that you find this is a great story. Well, her parents searched a whole month for her, but one day their daughter appeared to them as a mermaid and explained how happy she was living under the water and sometimes coming out on land and having her legs morph back. And she dresses into clothes that she hides, and then she walks around town. Nobody knows who I am, but I come back in the evening to change back into a mermaid. Her parents understood how happy she was, and she always talked to them in their minds, and they learned to talk to her the same way. It sure is magical.